Hey, this is Teo, and today me and my team will be interviewing Su Yan, which is the founder of Evermore Flowers. First and foremost, thank you, Yan, for giving us your time and opportunity for this interview. Even though this is just our assignment, I hope that this video can help in promoting your artwork and your passion. I've seen your artworks and in the social media, and it's pretty impressive and delicate. Okay, so Wayan, can you please introduce us about the Evermore Flowers?
Thank you, Theo. So I'm Wai from Evermore Flower and the founder of my company Evermore Flower. So we are actually a team of paper artists that specialists in paper art since 2014. We are based in PJ, Petaling Jaya currently, and we currently is our 7 years in doing this line. Yeah.
Okay, so how do you eventually get the idea in making paper flower and what kind of material you use for your product?
Okay, I personally have this passion in cutting and pasting papers since young. So I started by doing a lot of handmade paper cards and to my friends and family. So when I grew up, then I still showing a lot of passion in this line. Although I was a science student at the time, so I just took up the role of ketua kepapan kenyataan during my whole secondary and high school life. And so I had 6 years experience in doing paper art. Why do I say a lot of cuttings involved? Because during that time, printing was very costly. Not like now everyone have printers at home. So during my time was you want to print something, you need to hit the cyber cafe that cost a lot and things like that. So I do a lot of cuttings with my own hand, and then after that, when I graduate from my uni that time, that was the occasion that changed my life because I make paper flowers to my friend. It's a very dedicated gift to them. So I made that and then I posted this on my personal Facebook, and then I received a lot of good response on there. Then I found that actually there's a market for Malaysia and it's very new in back then 2014. It was very new in that nobody's seen that before. So they start asking how do you make and things like that. Then I also received some of the orders from my friends that time. So I found that actually there's a market for this kind of paper art. So basically my main materials are papers, but we also use two type of papers, like art papers. A lot of different grammage, like start from 90 to 200 to 300 GSM, like thickness of the papers I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Then another one is strip papers. It's a roll of papers. That one, the papers can be pulled a bit elastic, so can shape into different shape. Then beside that, we also use for some supporting materials like metal wire, to like hot glue, things like that.
Okay. So, did you get any inspiration, like your source of inspiration from any country or any person?
Sure, because until now there's no this kind of we can't learn from local. I can only refer to. When I started, I was referring to Pinterest and Instagram. A lot of overseas artists doing that. Then after that, I was looking at the pictures and figure out how to do it myself. I mean, I didn't learn through class or anything. So, and then now more and more easy to access through YouTube and all those. And also there's a trend coming on in Malaysia, the past 6 years, people really have the interest to learn paper flowers. So because of that, we also develop some of the courses for them as well. It's
nice.
We want to because not saying after teaching them then someone will be my competitor. Not that way. It's just to let people know more and understand more the behind of the paper.
It's more like the culture. You
so
want them to learn the culture.
My inspiration mainly right now is from the real flowers itself. Like we look at the real flowers, and then we also look at the magazine and knowing like the trend of the current trend, because we work very close in the creative industry. People don't want just like mimic the real flowers. They want something like mixed with the trend and be fashionable, that kind of thing.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So now Adeline will ask you some other questions as well. Yeah, Adeline.
Hi, Ryan. This is Adeline. I'm sorry, I need to on mask. Okay. Okay. So, how did Evermore Flower name? So, how do you name Evermore Flower by Evermore Flower? And what's the meaning behind?
It was started very simple. It's just want to give you a message of it's a flower that never dies and it blooms forever. So I was thinking like everlasting that time. So I went to Google and find similar words for that. So I found like Evermore was very nice to me at first sight. So I put it as Evermore Flower, and then that's why I name it.
Okay, that's a good name. Okay, so how long does it take for you to set up Evermore Flower and build this empire since the first starting up?
My first paper flowers were made in 2013, and then I was just do it for my friends and family. And then when the next year, 2014, I started posting it on my personal Facebook without any branding yet just my own personal name. So that time was like I did this like a part-time for myself for the past 3 years until I cannot cope any more orders, because there's a limit if I do it part-time. So that by the 3 years I give up some of the very precious inquiry. Then I feel I cannot lose any more clients. Then I decided to came out and do it full-time. So in 2017 I registered a company, Sendang Berhad. So, and then because I also don't want to limit my own brand only on flowers, so we name it like Evermore Creative Sendang Berhad. So it's more on the creative right now, but the brand remains this name, and then until now. So since 2017 we are already registered as a company. Until now is fourth year.
Okay, so after setting up these Evermore Flowers, how do you run your business? Is it a home-based thing, or do you have a studio for it?
Okay, so I didn't like pump in all my capitals into the business at the first start. So like I mentioned, I started as a part-time 3 years to know to know the market demands. Is that doable? Is that worth to grow this? Like this, it's very niche market, I would say this thing. So I want to know more about the market. So I took 3 years as a part-time to know more. After that, the 4th year when 2017 I'm talking about. So when I registered Sendang Berhad, that time I found a single story housing area that I turned most of the area there as my workplace. And then after that, the next year I became a mom, so I slowed down a bit because for my maternity leave, and then now currently I renovated my kitchen backyard into a home-based studio. So that was like this home-based studio you can find on the YouTube lah. We have a YouTube channel, so you can see like there's a tour for that. And then now currently I'm still working in that home-based studio. So we wanted to actually move out to a studio, but because of last year pandemic, almost we hold on these ideas first. And I'm currently pregnant, so I also want to settle my second maternity leave first.
Okay, sure. So I have done my part. I'll ask my partner Cindy to continue it.
Hey, thank you, Adeline. Hi, Ryan. I'm Cindy here.
Cindy.
Okay, so up until now, right? Actually, how big is your business grow? And actually, how many members do you have?
Currently, we have like 6 figures 6 figures annual revenue since I formed this Berhad. Before that, when I doing part-time was maybe a year I like 5 figures like that. It was like 10 times lah after I make. Then now
growing.
five. Team of 5, but one of them is a permanent staff, and then another 4 are part-timers, and then they will come whenever there's a project to work.
Okay. So actually, do you find any obstacles during your growth in your business?
Yes. First was like the manpower, because this thing is requires skills, like requires skills and a bit of talents in doing that. So at first it was like have to, and time consuming. So on top of like have to do a lot of handmades, you have to train someone to do it. When they are new, they do it even slower. So this is my skill set. So what I did was like I break down the jobs into more simple steps. Let's say there's a flowers, we call it like flower bud. After did the bud, did the petals. So someone will do only doing cuttings. Another one doing all the shaping of the petals. Another one just doing the sticking. So there will not be someone that do from start to the end, and then after done the flowers, someone to do the arrangement or shipping of the goods. So break into parts of jobs easier, and the person will get excellent at a certain part of the job lah.
Yeah.
So make use the best of the person.
Very good.
Certain job. Yeah, that's the
very
thing I did. And then another one was the space that we work was very small, because we, beside all the small bouquet things, we actually also do a lot of product, very huge, like for window display and shopping mall window display, very huge. Sometimes it's even bigger by my own body. So we make a lot of them. We don't have place to display things like that. So it's always like build up more rack, make use of the height instead of the land, and also move to a bigger space if there's since there's money.
Very good. So besides you selling the paper flowers, right, as a gift and souvenir, but what else do your business also cover? You did any event or you cooperate with others like company as well?
Oh, okay. So selling the retail is our where we started. So slowly we turned into more on the events like weddings and party, and then we also come out like those one set of flowers for the wall decor. So the person just buy, and based on our tutorial they put it up to the wall, things like that. Still retails. Then up to my corporate clients, we are engaged more on doing events like their product launching, especially in the beauty, skincare and makeup cosmetic line. They have a lot of ingredients in like maybe using a rose flower ingredients, and then their clients mostly base is females. So it's just same as my targeted clients. So my client base is mostly those beauty line or luxury lines. They have the budget for this kind of handmade things. And then also besides service and this product, we actually come up also like DIY make at home, the kind of DIY kit set to started last year because pandemic, and then everyone want to gain new skills, hobby, and then also a good time to engage them to know more about our brand and the behind of making of the paper flowers. So this product, service, and
It's very good. Okay, thank you, Wayan. So next I will pass to Kar Wei to continue.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. Hi, Wayan. Hello. So just now, as you mentioned, you have been service like those product launchings, like those makeup and cosmetic, right? Yeah. So by far, would you mind sharing with us like which is your most satisfied among all your beautiful creation, like in your cosmetic product or like Nelofa or any launchings with Soya Show, something like that? Would you mind to share with us?
Actually, I'm a person that have like kind of like have my own strong opinions in when the clients engage me to do something. If I'm not happy with the creations, I would just say out lah. So most of the things that we done, I'm make sure I'm satisfied with it. If I'm not, I will point to my
You're
client
perfect,
saying,
huh?
please don't do it. I will say, please don't do it. Listen to
Oh,
me. Yeah,
okay.
so it's very hard for me to choose one that I really most satisfying. But I would say there's one project that I did that changed my company. That changed my company face. I would say because of this event, a lot of influencer and the media press knows about us. It was done in back in 2015 or 16. It was our first corporate that engaged us was a cosmetic brand called Surasu. The time she called and asked me if we can do a big huge backdrop. Back then 2015, nobody done that before. So even myself didn't do that before. Then she tell me the ideas. I was like, what is that? I don't understand. Then she sent me some overseas photos, and then I was like, that time I was doing small flowers. I never do the huge flowers before. Then, but clients show a lot of confidence in us, and I don't want to miss that one opportunity. So I just grab it even though I don't know how to do it yet. Yeah. So that was like 2015 lah. My first paper flowers backdrop is on my.
I see. Yeah, I saw it. Like you did it in a opening event for Suasu, right?
Yeah, Suasu. Even it was very surprised lah, the inquiry, and then also very surprised because it was very new in Malaysian market. So that time a lot of media press like credit to us and things like that, mention our names. So after that, then more corporates engaged. That's the one events that turned the fate of our brand. Yeah,
that's good opportunity for you. And how long do you like complete this for your this the first time big event?
It took more than 1 week. Yeah.
Wow, more than 1 week.
Like 100 flowers. It was this was my first time I did like fully cover. But right now
it's giant, is it? Giant
very
flower.
giant, yeah. But right now this is very become more common when you see on the shopping mall. But back then, maybe like 5 years ago.
True.
Okay.
Yeah, and also is it because of these events that you get more of your other client from?
Yeah. Because the corporates, actually I noticed that the corporate clients, especially those who work in the marketing department, they actually will share around the contacts.
Mouth by mouth, right? Correct. That's where you get it, right? Yes. Thank you, Wayan. Thank you. So we'll pass to my next presenter, Isaac.
Hello, Wayan. I'm Isaac here. Just now I heard during the interview you say you're pregnant, right? Congratulations. Yeah. I just want to ask, having your business, family, and also your pregnancy now, how do you juggle all this? Because not all women can manage all this. It's such a good to see that you are such a strong woman to handle both company, this family, and your baby together. Can you share with us how do you manage your time?
Okay. First is thankfully I work from home even before pandemic, so it's very easy for me to access to both place easily anytime. Then another thing is family and children is not only my sole responsibility lah, thanks to my husband lah. Because then I have a domestic helper and I mentioned I have a team of 5, so still doable. I mean everything, and I think the most important criteria in doing all this is the discipline that I already built in the past 7 years, because I started was part-time. So that time I really appreciate the free time that I have, and I invested in this business lah. Because if I started as a full-time, I have too much freedom and I don't feel like time is precious. But I started 3 years in part-time, so every minute like that time after I done my full-time job, I go home, I take a shower, then I continue my part-time. Even before I go to work, I also started a bit of a part-time. So the 3 years was like very tough training for me. So even when I do it full-time, I have the discipline that every day have to log into work. Yeah, I feel like that's the momentum lah. Every day my daily habit.
Yeah, that's very good. Good to hear.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Good to hear your husband also supporting you with the family. You all work together to manage your company. Is it your husband also involved?
No, please don't involve any partners into a business. He has his own, paid job lah.
I see. Okay, good. Thank you. There's another one. Just now I also heard that you say when the client have different opinion than you, then you insist on that. But some people, like some corporate, they might insist on that way. How will you deal with that? Is that the different design outcome?
Okay, so because by words they can't like foresee what am I saying. Maybe they want to have visual of that things. So I would do whatever they want as a sample. After that, I do my own opinion samples and show them this is the most direct comparison, and they will, if they really like have a same piece of mind, they will go for mostly lah. If not, they insist on their own. I would respect their decision because they pay me. Yeah. So that's at least I did try to convince them before just.
I see. Thank you. That's very good. Ellen, so you mentioned during the pandemic now, currently you are doing selling the kits for people buy and then DIY at their home. So with this, you have any change direction of your future company future? Because now they give you opening more channels for you.
It's always quite painful to change lah. Changing is very challenging because we used to do things like this, and then we need to have new things. Very uncertain, it's scary, but not changing is more scarier for me. Yeah. So what I noticed the past 1 year, last year I was started like we have no business since April lockdown last year, March.
Yes.
The first MCO. So I was a bit don't know how to handle, but I have a free time, and then why not? And then there's no occasion for people to buy gifts really. So I was thinking like, why not I just go on like live tutorial, just demonstrating all these flowers, and people also have the time to view this kind of demonstration. So I did like 10 live patiently during the week. So more and more loyalty built in my branding. So that means that I really talk to the followers, like really personal sharing with them. They know a bit more about me personally. Before that, there was only like they don't know about me.
Yes.
Bonding with me. So after I did this, and then some of them start to ask like, how do I source the bacteria? Why not? Then I thought like, why not put everything into this kit, and when I receive, you just follow what I do, what I use. Yeah. So now until now we have cleaned out like 10 kit sets. So and then to engage them, keep following this journey, we also give some promotion code to those return students. So when they buy, and then I on top of that, when they have that proof, we also come out with some bonus tutorial for them to use the tools to make extra. So when they buy, they feel like it's a long-term kind of investment. It's not like one time I do it and then I just dump everything.
Yes.
Okay. So DIY kit set is a very long journey because I have the thought of like publish a book in the future lah. This is I wanted to be a guru lah. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
I digitize I digitize all my tutorials and like check everything. Then in the end, I can finalize into a book. So it also helped me in the progress.
That's very glad to hear that you are.
To change that. Yeah, before pandemic, our priority was corporates and events like weddings and all those. So right now is more focusing on retail sales, gifting, and also the DIY kit set. So what we did was, like for Instagram and website, when we prioritize this on the homepage and put more effort in that lah. So the weddings one, we just arrange it in the behind of the. You still can search that service, but just we don't focus anymore. Yeah, and come up more affordable DIY flowers wall set because people right now the purchasing power is a bit slower. Everything have to they want something affordable, so we also come out something like they can afford and do it themselves at home.
Yeah. I'm sure the current trend that a lot of people lock down at their home and then they want to do birthday celebration, they'll sure definitely think of this because it's such a good idea and make their house more warmer and also more celebration feeling situation, right? Okay, now I'll pass it back to our presenter, Alex.
So based on what I heard, I think Wayan, you will be able to give your masterclass soon. Yeah, which you can actually profit from it as well. Yeah. So that's the end of our interview. We really enjoyed it. Yeah. Thank you a lot for your time and willing to share all this with us. We appreciate and hope you have a good and huge success in the future. So hey everyone, if you're interested in looking at what magics Wayan can do, please find her at Evermore Flowers in Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Right, and of course, I think the masterclass in the future. All right.